All right, shalom, shalom. It's your brother Kasha Kwala coming back at you with another lesson, giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone to rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. All right, and this is going to be a fairly quick lesson, real quick. Right before I go into the slave post. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and start and read this definition of rule of engagement or rules of engagement. It says a directive issued. Let me zoom in real quick so y'all can see this. It says a directive issued by a military authority specifying the circumstances and limitations under which forces will engage in combat with the enemy. All right. These are certain rules that each opposing side have to abide by while conducting combat with one another. All right, like after World War I, for an example, there were the countries weren't allowed to use biological or chemical warfare anymore, which they really still don't abide by that because you see what's going on in Syria. All right, but they don't use those type of weapons or mechanisms anymore. They're not supposed to, at least. I know yesterday I was with some of the Akim and one of the brothers, Tazabal. He mentioned the Geneva Convention. There's certain rules and stipulations that you must abide by to when you're in combat. Now, I know me personally, I used to be in the Air Force. Um, when you deploy, one of a long list of rules that you have to follow while you're deployed is you can't shoot at the opposing side unless shot at. Even if you see them having a AK-47 or something in their hand, does not give you the right to shoot them. That's the rules of engagement in the armed forces here in America. Now I know if a Marine or a soldier or airman or whatever branch you're a part of, a sailor, if you shoot first and they did not shoot at you, you can get court-martialed for that and probably a dishonorable discharge. Okay, you could get in big trouble for that for not following the rules of engagement. When I was in, we call it the ROEs. All right, rule of engagement, ROE. That's what we called it. Okay, so with that being said, Esau gets everything from us because he's a swagger jacker. Okay, so here's our rule of engagement in Deuteronomy, the 20th chapter, start at verse 10. It says, "And when thou comest nigh unto a city to fight against it, then proclaim peace unto it." All right. It says, "And it shall be, if it make the answer of peace." So you go to a city. It said, "When thou come to nigh unto a city to fight against it," like, you come with a force. You give them option. Hey, just be in subjection. We want peace. We really don't want to do this, bro. Just go ahead and submit and be a tributary and have a chill life, but just under us. All right, because it says, "Then proclaim peace." You see that the Lord is about peace and tranquility, but your ass is subjected unto us. All right, verse 11 it says, "And it shall be, if it make the answer of peace." Now, what it means by that, excuse me, what it means by that is if they say, "Yes, we'll accept your peace offer and we'll be in subjection to you," pretty much, then there should be peace. It says, "And open unto thee, then it shall be, that all the people that is found therein shall be tributaries unto thee, and they shall serve thee." See? Pretty much slavery. All right. All right. That's what's Deuteronomy 20 and 11 is what's going to happen into the kingdom. All right. Everybody's going to be tributaries unto us, pretty much in servitude unto us. But they're going to have their own plotty land. They're going to be in subjection to us and all that. But they're going to have to keep our rules and things of that nature. We'll leave them alone. That's y'all land. Y'all do what you do. Just stay in the perimeters of the law. Okay, if not, we're gonna have to jack your ass up, which is gonna happen in the kingdom. But they're gonna be given all their first fruits unto us. All right, verse 12. It says, "And if it will make no peace with thee, but will make war against thee, then thou shalt besiege it." Simply saying a synopsis, if they say no to your peace offering, like, proclaiming peace unto them, all right, and they want to war with you, proceed to beat the shit out of them, is what the Lord is saying. And you will, I'm talking about Israel, and Israel will, because the Lord is on their side. Okay, it's the same thing that's going to happen here. All right, we've already proclaimed our peace with Esau, going all the way back to the book of Genesis with Jacob, when he had his family, and he split them up in two just to meet up with Esau, and he gave him hella gifts. Okay, that was us in the very beginning proclaiming our peace unto Esau. Now he wanted to make war with us, which he's done. Bet. Now Yahushua is going to come back and whoop your ass. But that's a totally another topic for a different lesson, which I may do. Okay? So, going on, it says, verse 13, "And when the Lord thy power hath delivered it into thine hands, thou shalt smite every male thereof with the edge of the sword." So, since you didn't want to make peace, we're going to bring the house down on your ass. And we're going to kill all your males. All right? So you can't reproduce. That nation cannot reproduce. All right? And we're going to take all your spoils. And we're going to, and we take your women and children. All right? So verse 14 says, "But the women and the little ones and the cattle and all that is in the city, even all the spoil thereof, shall thou take unto thyself." So now we got the booty. All right? It says, "And thou shalt eat the spoil of thine enemies, which the Lord thy power hath given thee." You see that? It says, "Thus shalt thou do unto all the cities which are very far off from thee, which are not of the cities of these nations." Okay? So the 12 tribes are to do these things to all the other nations. But first, that's why you have the scripture, "If possible, all that lieth in you, be peaceable with all men." Didn't the Lord tell us to proclaim the peace first? Not to just go in there and ramstack shit. Okay? Proclaim the peace first. After you proclaim the peace and they don't want to accept the offer, it's time to get down and dirty and beat that ass. Simple as that. That is the Israelite rule of engagement. The world was made for our sakes, not for anybody else. The rule of engagement is you engage and come to them, probably in a force, and proclaim peace. Okay? In a very intimidating way, more than likely. And proclaim peace. Or not even so. You send some ambassadors over there. We saw the movie 300. They went over to Sparta. Persians sent an ambassador, that dark chocolate looking ass Edomite, to King Leonidas. He said, "Look, all you gotta do, bow down to Xerxes and call it a day and be in subjection to us. Pay your taxes and give us all your firstlings." Simple as that. King Leonidas looked at his wife, looked back at him, and proceeded to give a big ass 14 sized footprint, size 14 footprint in his chest down in a deep hole. Why they had a deep hole in the middle of the city, I don't know. Okay? That was probably their Gehenna, all right? Or where they burned their trash. But he kicked his ass down there, and they went to war. Therefore, they got their ass kicked at the end of the day. All right? It's true. Yeah, the movie, they put up a fight, but they lost at the end of the day. At the end of that day, in that movie, the Persian forces were too overwhelming for 300 little Spartans, and they lost. Okay? Simple as that. Since they didn't want to make peace, they went to war. It's the same thing that we did back then and what we're going to do again. We've proclaimed the peace to all the nations, and when you read the scriptures, you can see they put us in subjection, they put us in, but ultimately it was because we went off, but still, they took the war route. Therefore, we're going to end the war coming soon when Yahushua, our big brother, cracks the skies and ultimately ends it. all right, and puts them in subjection, and we take the spoils, we take their first fruit, we take their women. Simple as that. Okay? Those are our rules of engagement. Deuteronomy chapter 20, verse 10, all the way to 15. These are our rules of engagement. And again, the rule of engagement is a directive issued by a military authority specifying the circumstances and limitations under which forces will engage in combat with enemy. These are our rules of engagement. Deuteronomy 20, verse 10 through 15. Lord willing, y'all edifying. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. Until next time, I want to say shalom.